Hi, I am Prince Dave Panday, your startup developer. Backyard Breeders, it is a web store that supplies a game file nearest to you. General problem, difficult to look for customers. Specific problem, Factor 1, unorganized documents for farm transactions. RCE1, inadequate workspaces for clients' data. Factor 2, unsecured storage for farm documents. RCE2, insufficient budget for purchasing secured storage. Factor 3, costly in replenishing production supplies. RCE3, high percentage committing error and encoding data. Factor 4, inconsistent to maintain the selling of game files. RCA4, competitive well-known game file breeder. Factor 5, Factor 5, non-automatic generation of monthly operating costs. RCA5, poor ICT proficiency of client. Factor 6, inadequate human resources for managing the farm. RCA6, inadequate number of workers. The impact of record keeping on the performance of selected small and medium enterprises in Lagos metropolises. The majority of SME operators lack basic accounting expertise and are concerned about the cost of preparing financial statements. Therefore, they keep the records themselves and, in most cases, manually. Due to a lack of appropriate record keeping, the cost of company failure far outweighs the cost of producing suitable record for any company concerned. The proposed project similarities implement a proper record keeping. Differences, Backyard Breeders app is equipped with a proper record of data to perform the update, delete, and records and enhance data security. Implementing a paperless system for small and medium-sized businesses. Paper-based workplaces are inefficient, expensive, and risky. Paperless environment, on the other hand, provides several advantages to companies, including enhanced data security, ease of information exchange, and more efficient and cost-effective operations. Organizations planning on going paperless have several options, including document digitalization, web portals, electronic forms, and electronic document management systems. Proposed project, the similarities, enhancing data capability, and implementing a paperless system in a company. The differences, there is no difference in the previous study. Gaining trust in the digital age, the potential of social media for increasing the competitiveness of small and medium enterprises. Future marketing plans should significantly involve the formation of transparent, dynamic, and open online communities, followed by active participation by a company. Researchers believe that such an approach would be very consistent with and beneficial to the efficacy of existing legislative actions that encourage the production of credence-based products. With the right marketing efforts, it is possible to develop customer trust in the form of purchase intent, providing the required price premium for SMEs. Proposed project similarities using internet web-based platform in advertising and selling of products. Differences, Backyard Builders application is used to monitor backyard farms in a web-based platform. As a unrelated study, compliance with the accounting standards by SMEs in transitional economies, evidence from Vietnam. The primary element influencing SMEs' compliance with the accounting standard was legal requirements. Accounting skills and infrastructure were lacking in SMEs, making it challenging to apply accounting requirements and standards. The accountants were not satisfied with the costs and benefits of implementing the accounting rules. Proposed project, the similarities. There is no similarity in the previous study. The differences, Backyard Builders app is equipped with a proper recording of data to perform the update and delete of records and enhance data security. Growth challenges of SMEs empirical evidence in Sabah, Malaysia. This research identified 5 major obstacles confronting SMEs in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, namely finance, human resource, marketing strategy, facilities, appliances and layout, and supplier issues. One strategy for overcoming growth obstacles is to fully utilize the initiatives made by the government and its agencies. The proposed project, there is no similarity in the previous study. The differences, researchers propose that the best way to overcome growth obstacles is to fully exploit the effort put in place by the government and its agencies. To be a successful entrepreneur, you must be aware of and have tight working connections with government authorities and have good networking with key stakeholders. On the other hand, policymakers should focus on the five major barriers to guarantee that SMEs are more competitive, which would increase wealth creation and social well-being in the country. In contrast, my proposal is a farm monitoring and selling game file online. The admin can easily manage and update it online without hassle, and no need to hire an additional employee to assist with his backyard farm. Time to upskill SMEs. A shortage of human resources has long been a concern for the country's SMEs. It has never been simple for SMEs to find qualified employees at reasonable rates. The shortage of competent personnel is a major issue for SMEs. The proposed project, there is no similarity in the previous study. Differences, researchers suggest that the government agencies may collaborate with industry, trade organizations, and chambers of commerce to assess the SMEs training requirements and provide training and upscaling programs to meet those requirements. In contrast, my proposal is a farm monitoring and selling game file online. The admin can easily manage and update it online without hassle, and no need to hire an additional employee to assist with his backyard farm. About 75% of cities, towns in Philippines lack health workers. According to the study, Filipino doctors, professional nurses, and professional midwives are more likely to work in locations with potentially high incomes and near towns where they were trained. The proposed project, similarities, using information technology to be mode of service. Differences, this study proposes two solutions to these issues. One is to increase healthcare professional household earnings. Another goal is to increase the involvement of the private sector in delivering healthcare services. For example, supporting private healthcare practices through the country's social health insurance system, or a comparable voucher program may give more incentives for healthcare practitioners to work in disadvantaged areas. In contrast, my proposal is a farm monitoring and selling of game files. The admin can easily manage and update it without hassle, and no need to hire an additional employee to assist with his backyard farm. Assessment of the eligibility of handwriting and medical prescriptions of doctors from public and private hospitals in Quezon City, Philippines. According to studies, the bulk of pharmaceutical mistakes can be ascribed to doctors' handwriting eligibility. This research assessed the readability of doctors' handwriting in both private and public hospitals in Quezon City, Philippines. The outcome demonstrates that assessors' misinterpretation of the prescriptions were recorded. According to the results of the testing, the doctor's handwriting is comparable regardless of expertise. The proposed project, there's no similarity in the previous study. The researchers suggest that abbreviations in the prescription should be avoided to decrease confusion. In contrast, the Backyard Readers app is equipped with a proper recording of data to perform the update and delete records and enhance data security. Wireframe. Process number 1, creating record of available game file breeder. Process number 2, creating record of mating batch. Process number 3, creating record of available breeding pen. Process number 4, breeding the chicken. Process number 5, recording laid eggs. Process number 6, recording incubation period. Process number 7, updating eggs mortality. Process number 8, collecting egg hatch. Process number 9, creating record of available growing pen. Process number 10, growing the chicks. Process number 11, updating mortality status. Process number 12, creating record of available game fault records. Process number 13, hardening game fault. Process number 14, updating mortality status. Process number 15, replenishing the game fault stacks. Process number 16, creating record of price range. Why do you think this proposal deserves to be the group's capstone project? This deserves to be the group's capstone project because cockfighting in the Philippines is a very booming billion-dollar industry. The popular cockfighting competition takes place in approximately 2,500 dedicated stadiums across the country, where an estimated 30 million roosters are killed each year. So many people engage in this game, so selling game phone across the internet is so easy to reach out the customers.